As far back as I can remember, I wanted to race cars. And soon after I turned 16, I was. To me, street racing was the greatest thing. I loved the cars, the culture, everything. But before I knew it, it had become too crazy, too dangerous, and just too risky.
But every time I go on the highway, somebody tries to fuck around, I think to myself, no, I'm not gonna do it.
What you do?
I shift down a gear and I go. Yeah. Can't help it, man.
The average driver will spend roughly 14,400 hours behind the wheel of an automobile. Now that's more than 2 years confined to a space smaller than most prison cells. I couldn't wait. I got my license the very day I turned 16. I went straight from the school to the DMV. Yeah, I was excited at first, but I wasn't too thrilled. All that really changed was, instead of taking the bus everywhere, I could take my parents' car. And that's not what I had in mind, driving Dad's big American, non-handling automatic Jeep. I didn't want transportation, I wanted performance. I had fun with that Jeep. But I knew I had to get my own ride. Summer of 1997, I bought my first car. A 1990 ACURA INTEGRA GS for about 7 grand. It was either that or a 92 Honda Civic. Choosing between the Integra and the Civic was kind of like choosing between a Camaro and a Mustang in the 70s. I know it sounds ridiculous to try and compare, two muscle cars that were like icons of their generation with these small Japanese cars that, everybody buys for fuel efficiency and reliability. But something interesting was going on around the time that I decided to buy my first car. I started to notice a lot of fixed up cars on the road, with the biggest majority probably being Hondas. And this import scene became more and more exciting to me, and a couple of my friends who were also into cars at the time. Now Mike was the craziest driver I knew.
So picture the cops coming, we're like 7,000, boom, right by him.
Driving stick since he was 12 years old and always banging gears.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Move out of my way!
It didn't matter if he was going to work or coming home at 4 in the morning. It seemed like Mike was always ready to race. I've seen him go through 3 transmissions in less than 2 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow my 7th tranny right now. No, I'm joking.
You're gonna blow a tranny?
Yeah, I might. I'm into cars that are sitting on the floor, that are maybe 2-3 inches off the floor. The biggest rims you could possibly fit in the wheel wells. Like 18s, 19s, 20s. And the car's gotta go fast.
Rob, on the other hand, didn't have his own car at the time.
See this big thing right here, Jess? You put it around the back of your neck so you don't get this sprained neck or nothing. I don't know, Momo's not for me, man. Momo's for Volkswagens. Hondas deserve better.
Like what?
Like nice stuff so you can make the ladies horny.
He'd always be driving his parents' Plymouth Acclaim, and he'd always get into arguments with us over Japanese cars versus American cars. Nonetheless, when he did get his own ride, it was an import.
You gotta slam this shit.
Yeah, man. He like told me when I was buying the car for him, he's like, "You're buying it because you like the way it's lowered, eh?" I started laughing at him. He's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "This is lowered, man." Like, well, shit, man. My mom's Sunfire is lower than this.
Chon was a friend from way back, and he was one of the few people who I'd hang out with who was never really into cars. Basketball was more his thing.
Well, what happened when the guy was test driving my car to see how much they'd give for it? It fucking died on him.
Oh no!
Yeah.
That's
I'm like,
fucking...
oh shit, this never happened before.
Hey.
To be honest, I was never really into cars until I got my second car, my Honda Civic 99 SI, and then before that, like, a car was just a means of transportation for me. But when I got that beautiful red car, I was just like, well, I just fell in love. But I'm not into cars to like where I know everything that's under the engine. I just know my car's the greatest, and that's about it.
I think that since I was the first one out of all my friends to get one of these import cars, we all kind of wanted to see together what could be done with them. Mike and Rob helped me with all the first modifications, probably because they shared the same enthusiasm I had.
I'm gonna follow Mike to the spot wherever he's gonna go.
We can't take too long though, right? Because
No.
fucking heat's.
A car should be important to you, to anybody, even like someone who's not even into cars the way we are. It should be important to you, and then you take care of it and stuff. And then when you put your heart and like your mind into something, then it's not just a piece of metal and rubber anymore. It's something that you put your heart and your mind into, just like having a kid. You take care of your baby, you'd feed it, you'd clothe it, you'd wash it. Same thing with your car.
I think like the difference between like your average person who just wants to get like from his home to the store, and the person who puts in all their money into the car and gets new engines and whatnot, I think basically it's just like a thing of passion. Like, to someone who looks on the outside will look in and never understand why they're putting in like new engines and exhausts and lowering their cars and doing this and systems. They'll never understand because like it's just what they feel passionate about. That's what they love to do, and then that's what they're gonna do.
Like I told you, I love doing this shit. I love lowered slammed cars, big rims, nice bumper skirts, and nice paint job. Like, I just love the way that looks. You're probably thinking, so what's gonna happen one day when I get married and have a family? Don't get me wrong, I'll have a normal car and I'll have my car. The normal car will be the car that my wife drives, that goes grocery shopping, goes out to somebody's house. But if you ask me what kind of car do I plan on having when I'm maybe married or when I'm in my 20s or 30s, it probably won't be a Honda, maybe. It'd probably be like a 328 or an M3, because that's one of my dream cars. And something like that, I'd still throw 19s, 20-inch rims, lower it as much as I can, as long as the car rides good, and that'd be my car. That'd be my transportation, a 328 with 20-inch rims driving to work. I'd have no problems with it.
And I even think it also comes down to like, okay, let's say you have like your person growing up right now is like 16, right? 17, still kind of vulnerable to the world, and then they see these guys driving these crazy nice cars, right? And then these nice females with them, and they're just like somewhat intrigued by that lifestyle because that's what they see. And then as they get older, then they want to start getting into it, so they start buying the magazines, and then when they get their first car, they start fixing it up, and then it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it goes kind of from generation to generation, right?
That's pretty much what happened to us. We started buying the magazines, checking out car shows, going to street races. before you know it, you got a grinder in your hand ready to chop your car's springs. The first thing I did to my car was lower it. I think lowering makes the biggest difference in terms of appearance, and probably even handling. Now there's many ways you can lower a car. You could buy lowering springs for a couple of $100. Or you could spend a little bit more and get coilovers. That'll allow you to adjust the height up and down to whatever you want. Or you can go with option 3. Since I was still paying off the car with my part-time job, and I had no money, I had to go with option 3. Borrowing a grinder, buying some metal blades, and simply cutting off the coils off your car's suspension. So there we are, me, Mike, and Rob, butchering my first car. Sparks are flying everywhere. And who walks in? My dad. And when he asks me what I'm doing, I tell him we're cutting a perfectly good suspension to have a cooler looking car. Of course, that's not what I said, but I'm sure that's what he heard. Finally, my Integra was lowered, aka slammed, dumped, dropped, on the floor. It handled 10 times better. It looked 10 times better. And it rode pretty much like shit. Well, we cut more than enough coils. And when you have a car that low, ride quality goes out the window. Completely. It's loud, it shakes, it bounces, it rattles so much you actually believe that the entire suspension is going to collapse.
Ayrıca bok yok öyle. Hoca diyor ki ilk defa Türk bir öğrencim oluyor diyor. Merak etme dedim. Ben de hiç Türk görmedim okulda zaten.
Because when you lower the car, you don't actually have a comfortable car no more. You have a car that rides like shit a lot of times. You can get proper suspension and all that, but it still won't drive like a normal car does. No, because people will actually destroy the comfort of the car, the fuel economy, by changing the motor, by changing their fuel system on their car. Everything that I just mentioned that a person looks for in a car, a normal adult person, a teenager or a person that's into these imports will actually change everything, including the interior, the comfort. They'll most of the time put bucket seats or different seats in their car. Maybe they won't be as comfortable, but they look better. So yes, people do change everything to sometimes the worst just to go fast or look better.
I had a little box that I filled with Integra parts that I no longer needed. Anything that was excess weight or restricted airflow went in the box. Slowly, that box began to fill up. Intake hose, moisture box, shift knob, pedals, steering wheel. Others would even go further, taking out the air conditioning, getting rid of power steering. I mean, the same luxuries that people look for when buying a car were thrown out by guys like me, who were in the quest for greater speed and performance. As if we were tuning our cars for the Indy 500. And my dad? He probably thought I was crazy. I mean, to him, I had gone completely nuts with this whole car thing. But it wasn't just me.
We're sick people, eh? These toothbrushes? These rims are cleaner than my teeth.
I slowly began to realize how big this import culture was becoming. It seemed like 1 out of every 5 Hondas on the road were done up somehow. Either rims or suspension or exhaust. Something had been changed or modified.
If you're talking about this whole teenager drag racing quarter mile scene, I think late 80s to early 90s.
Oh, I think it was just the beginning of the 90s when these little VTEC dual overhead cam engines came in. And people realized they could make a lot of power, and the aftermarket started putting out exhaust and all that stuff.
It's just getting bigger. It's not getting smaller. It's only getting bigger. Like a few years ago, it was only V8s that were around, racing each other. Now the whole four bangers got into the scene with all these turbos and engines from other cars in them. So that's what made it a lot bigger.
Real big. Because not only do you have like situations where like people get together and they race, but you have, and like you can even hear sometimes you hear people racing down the street. Like I think it's huge, man, because like the majority of youths, I guess nowadays, and they all got cars, they're all souping up their cars. Like everybody's into it. Like everywhere you go, you see souped up cars. Doesn't matter if you're driving from here to the store, man, you'll see a souped up car. Guaranteed, at least you'll see one. Even if you go in 5 minutes, like there's so many people that are into it, and I think it's huge. And then I seriously do think like it's bigger than I'll ever understand, since I'm not into it. But I also think it's bigger than a lot of people understand. You know what I mean?
Araba yok ya.
Erken ya, bura erken. Ya biliyorsun bura erken.
Buradan hayal kıracağım ya. Mike'ler bunlar.
We'd go to different coffee shops, and almost all of them had their own crew of import racers. And although you'd find everything from VWs to Mazdas, Toyotas, there seemed to always be more Hondas than anything else.
You see a lot of, I see a lot of Honda Civics, like ridiculous amounts of Honda Civics out there.
The most popular cars amongst racers today, I'd have to say, would be probably Civics, 92 to 95 Civics, hatchbacks. A few CRXs, 88 to 91s. Integra's not really, Prelude's not really. Even older Civics, the 87s to 91s, whatever they are. Why? Because the cars weigh like, after somebody's done with them, stripping them, about 2,000 pounds. Some of them 1,900 pounds. Huge motor in it that's supposed to pull a 3,000 pound car. And just by dropping that motor in there without even touching the motor, your car's already running low 14s to high 13s just by dropping the motor in your car. That's why I think those cars are most popular amongst teenagers that are more into the Honda scene.
You know, some people like those Volkswagen. Me personally, I don't like those Volks craps. I'm into Ford. You know, I love those big Ford Mustangs. Camaros are all right. You know, they got back on the import side of things, Preludes.
So you like Fords?
Oh, Fords are beautiful.
So, but why did you get a Civic then? Why did you get a Honda? It
Why?
seems many people are like one side of this.
Why did I get a little rice burner? Because it was what I could afford after my other car had a little barbecue problem.
Well, American muscle cars are still around, a lot of them. Mustangs, Corvettes, Camaros, all that. It's just that Hondas are, it's more of a younger generation. Kids that just turned 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 that are getting into this. I see more of the V8 guys being older in their 30s because when they were around our age, they were more into the V8 scene. But there's even guys that are in their 30s with four bangers, with Civics, with turbocharged motors in them. It's just that these cars are more compact looking than, like, people are just into Hondas and little four bangers, not only because of the motor, because the way they, like, personally I don't like V8s. There's lots of reasons why I don't like a V8. I like to see over my hood when I'm driving. I like to see the road. Every V8 I sit into, all you see is the hood. I'm not into that. I'm not into those big boats. If I want a boat, I'll go buy a boat, but on Lake Ontario.
One, I think it's because like they're well done, and I think they look really nice. I think looks means like a big thing. Like it's gotta look good, man. You know what I mean? It's all about the chicken heads ain't gonna come to no ugly looking cars. You know what I mean? It's gotta look good, man.
Speed and style. I think more of the people on, like that I know are into the style, not as much in the speed. But I'm more into the speed. Like my car look like garbage as long as it goes.
Like we've had 4 cylinders and all that, even in the 80s, but they're like those Toyota Corollas, all those cars, and it was nothing like it is now. Like the Hondas, I think, just blew everything up.
I guess it's kind of a ironic thing because people buy these cars for the fuel economy and the insurance, and because they're small and comfortable. But once you start getting on the high end of performance and stuff, it's just as expensive as driving one of those big 8-liter cars.
Yes, these are the exact same cars that people do buy for their family. To go out shopping, to go out to a picnic, to go to their family's house, to go to work. These are the same cars. Like I said, there's so many products out there in the market to do to these cars that you can turn these cars into a whole different car once you're done with it. Thousands of dollars later, of course.
By the time the next summer rolled around, my Integra had been transformed. Almost every single paycheck went into that car. $2,500 for rims and tires. Then $200 to countercoat the rims white. $600 for exhaust. $400 racing computer. $200 intake. $2,000 paint job. I was really happy with the progress of this small compact car, but I never expected to get the type of reaction that occurred. People were stopping me everywhere, at lights, at gas stations, parking lots, convenience stores when I tried to go and get cigarettes. Here I am, 18 years old, and people are looking at me like I drive a Ferrari. I'd get into conversations with all sorts of people I never even met before.
They look bigger, man.
Yeah, man, I have fucking 17s too, guy. Have you seen my GSR from Florida?
No, man.
The one with the Florida plates, man. GSR, all the moldings painted, fucking racing, Eventi racings.
And they're 17?
17s.
Oh, yeah?
Smoking the red thing in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen you enough around fucking Eglinton.
Yeah, Eglinton and Mavis.
True?
Yeah,
True?
yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's sick, man.
Well, your rims look bigger, eh? Cause
I don't know, maybe because it's painted.
yeah, because mine dip in. They dip in,
yeah?
they don't go all the way to the rim.
Integra guy?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
What year is this?
90.
90?
Yeah.
It's like my sister's. A 90 guy? That looks nice, man.
Fully loaded?
Yeah, fully loaded.
These weren't just other racers. I'm talking little kids, people on my street, all sorts of girls. Older businessmen type. Somebody even stopped me to take a picture of the car once.
Okay, if you're going by a Ferrari the way it is, that's good enough for you if you have like $500,000 to feel like spending. But for younger, more average financial situation people, these little Hondas, you can get a little bang for your buck, man. You get exhaust and all that stuff, and it's like just having a little Ferrari, except it's your little Ferrari that you made.
I think it basically all comes down to this. We all want Ferraris. Dream homes, dream careers, whatever it may be. The sad truth is, very few of us will ever attain these things. But does that really mean you have to give up and go out and buy a minivan? With a little bit of money, a little bit of know-how, you can make a car, your car, just as fast, exotic looking, and handling as a $300,000 machine. And at only a tenth of the cost. 11:55, eh? By the middle of the summer, I was seriously into racing. Watching races at the track, car shows, Wasaga Beach, which was basically a car show in itself. It was a glorious time, and fast cars were everywhere. It seemed like everybody was souping up their ride. Mike and my other buddy Steve had just got their first cars, and already they were modifying them.
There's John right there. John!
Hey, I'm going lower, at least for now.
Yeah.
It rides like this, not even lower.
Mike, who had always wanted a Civic, ended up buying the exact same Integra as mine. Same model, same year, same color.
Yeah, guess how much coils I cut out of the back to get the slow? 2.
Holy
Guess how much I cut in the front? 4.
Yeah, that must not change the ride at all
The only
then.
difference between this car and yours is that the front exact same height as yours, eh?
Yeah?
The back, mine's higher than yours.
Oh, yeah.
Watch, I'm gonna take you for a ride. Come here. Hold on, let me take you for a ride.
Rob, who never wanted a Civic, ended up buying a black one. And soon he too began to strike fear into his family's heart, as his need for speed slowly became apparent.
Now that this is going on, I have like a little story to tell you guys, man. Today my mom's driving down Cawthorne and going towards Queensway. Who pulls beside her in a Honda Civic? Mike P. So my mom, like, I guess now she notices since I bought this car, she noticed that was a Honda Civic. Starts looking over. So she comes home to me today, she's like, I was looking over at that Honda Civic. It was so low, how does he drive that thing? She goes, I hope you're not doing that to your car. So I started laughing, hey? Then her like boyfriend, fiance, whatever, she's getting all mad at me. Don't be racing your car. Mom asked me another question. Yeah, I seen these big circle things inside the car. One over here beside the driver's wheel, another little small one. A little thing sticking out like a laser. And on the hood, another little gauge. I'm like, yeah, the gauge is for racing. My mom's boyfriend, oh my god, better not be fucking racing this car, man. Don't be racing this car. I'm like, hey.
Take him to
I
Millie's.
told him, I'm like, Doug, don't worry, man. Not for like a year, I won't be racing it. What am I doing tonight?
Take him to Millie's one weekend.
After writing off his 88 Prelude, Steve ended up driving a 91.
Now, Steve was a really smart kid. I mean, he could tell you the whole history of Honda. How it started with one guy building motorcycles out of his garage, building things for the military. The whole introduction of the Civic during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
See, Steve knew a lot about engines and mechanics. At least more than any of us did.
See before, I fucking was gone. See you tomorrow.
Did you advance the timing a bit? Yeah?
It's 36 or 35 total. No, like at 35, 4 grand, it's hesitating like it wants to go, but it's not. It hits 5 grand, goes what for half an RPM, then I gotta shift.
Fuck.
We were living and breathing cars. During the day, we chill at each other's house, talk about making cars faster or nicer,
How much was this picture?
or check out performance shops and look for things that make your car faster or nicer.
We got our nitrous.
But at night, when the clubs closed and the parties were over and the city went to sleep, that's when everybody came out. And I mean everybody. One deserted area or quiet roadway would be instantly rammed with cars and people.
Every weekend you can go and watch races. You just got to go to the certain parking lots, right? And people will just leave from there, go to a track in the middle of nowhere, and they will race all night, talk shit to each other about their cars. It's like a big soap opera, these parking lots.
Oh, right by your car.
The turbo is stock. There's nothing done to the turbo.
I know, it's like, the turbo is stock.
The headers, there's nothing done to the headers. It's a stock header. That's the
NOS kit is stock.
What about those fucking cars? The Honda Civic GSR. Oh, it's stock. Yeah, it's a stock GSR. There's nothing done to it. Only heads and cams and shit like that. It's nothing done to it. No paint or anything on the valve. And then the parking lot would just be packed with, it's like, a lot of people would be bringing up in their parents' cars just to see what was going on, right? But man, you'd see the craziest cars, man. You'd see like exotic cars sometimes, and then everyone would just be like chilling outside their cars or whatever. There'd be girlies everywhere, right? That was also the other reason for going, because there'd be girlies all getting excited about the cars. And then, like, for example, right? Let's say like Buddy sees like someone who'd want to race, like he'd just like kind of walk up to him and then be like, "Yo, I want to race you."
Where's your car? I want to race you.
We're talking about a lighter car tying a heavier car. Tying a heavier car.
How much? Put $50. That car's not heavier than mine.
I know it's biting.
Put the money down, man.
What do you put the money down? Talking about? Your car's here, my car's here. Put the money down. You said this. Let's do it. Come on. I'll reach 85 when I get a car.
No, man, let's go right on.
If Buddy would like to do, like, yeah, let's do it, and then they decide like, an amount of money or whatever, right? And then then I remember there'd be like maybe 3 or 4 different like actual like strips where they'd race, and then they'd be like, okay, this strip, right? And then boom, they'd be gone, everybody else would follow, and then everybody's gone, that parking lot would be empty, no cars. So if you'd be walking by, like, oh, this place is dry, right? Then the race would go on, and then boom, everybody would come back, and then packed again, man, crazy people.
The cool thing was that it didn't really matter if you were a guy or a girl, black, white, and unlike other groups of young people, I didn't see any violence, alcohol, or even drug use.
No, not really drug use or drinking. I mean, you have to keep your head straight to do these things, right? So why would you want to drink or get drunk and stuff like that? Yeah, it would just be stupid.
Drinking? Not really, because like, you know, everyone's all into their cars, and then you don't want to be all drunk, right? Well, me and my buddies would be drunk, but we're kind of a different case, right? But yeah, there'd be people smoking their weed, but from what I remember, there wouldn't be like a lot of fights or whatever. From what I actually this one time in that Texas pit, there was a fight, man. I can't remember exactly what happened, but that was a pretty big fight. But other than that situation, there wouldn't really be the ruckus. Everyone was just more there to have a good time.
All it was a bunch of people hanging out with everybody who shared the same passion for cars and racing.
Once in a while, not as often as some of my other friends race.
I'd race, but I prefer to leave it on the track. I prefer to leave the fun and games somewhere where it's safety and not illegal. Can't afford the tickets, don't want to lose my life.
Like yesterday night I raced another Integra like mine. He had 17-inch rims on. If the other cars got rims on, I'll probably race him. But if I got my big rims on and he's got no rims on, I won't race. There's no way. No way.
Races would be on like empty roads where there's no other cars, you know, no people, no nothing, right? Just like 2 cars racing, right? And then that seems safe to me, but like what people do on these side streets over here, man, I don't really agree with that, and I don't think that's safe at all, because like when it comes down to not how well of a driver you are, but you know, you could be racing your buddy and then someone just pulls up in front of you, and then what are you gonna do there? That's not your fault, but you know, people are stupid. Half these people shouldn't have their licenses anyways, and then there's a lot of little kids and whatnot, people jaywalking, and I think that's like pretty unsafe.
Yeah, good. See ya. Holy fuck!
Stop.
Holy fuck.
That guy's pissed.
Yeah,
it's like,
that
everybody's
Lexus
making
is
fun of
13s, man. I'm telling you, high 13s.
No, but even if that Lexus is running 14-1, they'll still smoke
Yeah. But that was a lot.
You know, it's like gambling. Something might happen, something might not happen. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I was gonna race and my tire was gonna fall off.
I think they have like a somewhat of an ignorant view on it, where maybe I'll die, but nah, it won't happen to me, you know what I mean? Because I guess everyone kind of just pictures themselves getting old with a family, and that's just not reality, you know what I mean? So I think they take it into consideration, but they don't like really realize like what can happen to them, and that they're not gonna live forever, and that they can die doing what they're doing, right?
Everything's dangerous. Waking up and walking out your door is dangerous. You don't know, man. There could be a dead bird falling from the sky and it's being clamoring in your temple and you're dead. You know, and anything's dangerous. It's just when you race your car, you're putting your life into danger by your own choice. So I can't say it's any dangerous than walking outside, but some people look at it that way.
I also feel that we live in an age where like kind of safety, like people don't really have like regard for their personal safety, because like you have people doing drugs, you got people drinking and driving, you got people having sex without condoms. Like safety is not a thing of like our generation, I don't think, and that's why like it just carries on the same with cars. Like, you know, yeah, it matters, but people see themselves as somewhat immortal, and then yeah, sure, it'll happen to someone you know, but it'll never happen to you, and then that's why I just think they don't care.
Both tires, they're not speed rated, and one's got a nailing on the front one. It's got speed rated.
My ball joints are gone. I need a tire rod. That's another reason why I don't race. Last night, I can't even believe I raced, but I did race in the middle of the road. And I know the way my car handles and all that. But if your question is, yes, I shouldn't have raced. If my tire rod the way they are, I shouldn't have raced. But I took a risk, like anything in life, and I raced.
Just like any other culture, this one seemed to have its own language. consisting of a string of letters followed by a series of random numbers.
GSRs and Civics and Type Rs, man.
The DX is going to be the transmission for the GSR.
That's the CX motor.
That's the motor, LSR. DX, Summer, GSR.
Tom's car runs 12.
Run a 15.7. Still gonna run 13.
When they start talking about cars, man, I'm just like, yo, man, it's not even in English to me, man. It could be in Japanese and I won't know the difference. So they're really into cars, and then they like to go watch that, so I just hear from them about what's going on, really.
Some of these poor kids don't even know what the hell the muffler is, man. The rest of them don't even know how to put gas in, but their mommies and daddies can pay for it.
I don't know if they gotta fit in with everybody else. I don't know if they like the way the car looks, but they just pay to get stuff done to their car, and that can be expensive, paying for everything to get done on your car. But I think most people, it's a hobby. For me, it's a hobby.
I think this whole situation that's going on right now with these imported cars and speeding is definitely a culture.
I think it's a culture, just like hip-hop, just like big domestic vehicles, man.
The whole situation is building momentum, man. I definitely think it's a part of our culture. Like, maybe, man, like 100 years from now, when people look back on what the people did in the past, man, our generation is gonna be like, man, sex, drugs, and cars, man. That's what, and music, hip-hop. That's what it is, and that's what we're all living in, you know what I mean?
Nobody wants to race?
Just like advertising?
I remember the biggest hype, right, of what everybody was talking about when I was little was Mike P's car or whatever, some white Civic, and then that was supposedly like the ish right there. Everyone loved it off, man. You know what I mean? Everyone was always talking Mike P's car, and then look what he did to this. And then I had a little buddy, right, Rob or whatever, and then I was in his car, right, or whatever he was saying. I don't even remember, right? But I remember though Mike P's car was like the thing, and that's what everyone was like. Everyone was loving it. You know what I mean?
No.
I think that car has a pot of gold in it or something. Look, I know.
Everyone knew what he did to his car, man. Where he was getting it done, man. They knew before he knew what he was doing to their car.
It's just funny how you start building a car and the next thing you know, you're some sort of celebrity.
Cops?
Yep.
Let's go, man.
That's it.
It only takes one mention of the cops, and that entire place will be packed up and out of there in what seems like mere minutes. I mean, they just vanish, and it was like no one was even there. All that remains are a few skid marks.
We were actually going down the track and we saw these headlights coming up. But it looked nothing like a cop because we didn't see the orange in the middle. So we flew by this cop in third gear at about 7,000 RPM, which is about 130, 140. And then I turned to my first left, and the other guy kept on going straight. The cop went after him, thank God. And I turned and I kept on going.
The lot sucks, actually. They're very expensive on tickets. They harass you all the time just because you got one of these little cars or a Mustang or whatever. You know, I wish they just leave us alone, man. You know?
Because I know they got helicopters here trying to find where these people are racing and whatnot. Like, they definitely are not satisfied with what's going on, and they definitely want to cut it down.
I mean, I can see if we started dying at like a rate, one kid every weekend or 2 kids a weekend, then they by all means come in and stop the racing. But I mean, there hasn't even been any kids died from organized street racing, not just street racing.
Same as like the flow of drugs, and it doesn't matter how much they cut down, you'll never stop it. Same as racing, like I guess they've done something, but they'll never totally stop it because, man, wherever you got a young dude in a car, you're gonna have a race. You know what I mean?
You're fucked. Yes, it does. It's on the roadway. I saw the flash. Back it up. Back it up. I'm telling you.
Bir kötü bir şey yapsın da götürün.
Back it up.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he does what he's seen on the roadway by a police officer with a smart ass. Back it up. What?
Thanks, man. Fucking police.
Now you're fucked. You don't have to move it. What? Now you're fucked. Hey, buddy, why don't you lift for a sec? Spoiler, right. Disappear into the crowd.
Import racers are known for making great contributions to their governments. I've personally had several paychecks go toward traffic tickets. When you drive cars like these, you know you're gonna attract a lot of unwanted attention.
I'm cautious because like I'm going to school in Humber in September, right? And I already have like a couple of points against me, and then if I lose my license, man, and I gotta take a 2-hour bus to get to school, man, I'm gonna end up not doing too good. So I'm really cautious with when I drive, man. I don't really speed a lot or whatnot, because I just want to keep my license and go to school, get educated, you know what I mean?
Building a track's not gonna get the racing off the streets. There's no way.
It's expensive. We're heading to the track right now. It's probably like $40 just to run the car. You know, on top of that, another 20 or $30 for gas on the way there. Got your food. I mean, come on.
They're too far away. There's too many rules once you get there.
This is the insurance policy.
No breakfast, apparently.
And there's too much bullshit lineups.
There's also like, you know, something different about doing it on the street, you know what I mean? It just like adds a bit of flair to it and gets the adrenaline going just a little bit more, just because you know you're breaking the law, and that just makes it a little bit more exciting, I think.
It's just the adrenaline rush you get once you're there, and the cop might show up, and there's thousands of people sometimes there down the track. It's a whole different feeling than racing at a track.
But I think the people that are really serious about it do it legally, you know what I mean?
You'd figure with all the racing going on that my first accident would somehow be speed related. Instead, it was a freak incident during a left-hand turn.
I was barely going 5 kilometers an hour. The car was, of course, repaired and repainted, but that incident and my constant involvement with cars had got my parents seriously worried.
If you have an accident, if something happens, you have to tell me. You don't have to scare from me. You should do everything that you can to prevent, not to have it. But once you have it, you have to tell to me.
Occasionally, I'd have to sit through the same bullshit about how I need to be careful and not risk my life and blah, blah, blah.
Well, never need
You asked I'm not even aware that
something
it's not like
me.
no, it's not like you asked many times. And in fact, I've even
No,
forgotten.
I don't ask, and I ask because I'm thinking, I ask once. A responsible person does that at once. If he doesn't do this, that means he doesn't want anybody to drive that car. This is not about money. This is about responsibilities, because I knew that you're gonna have accident with that car. And my biggest fear is you're gonna kill yourself one day. Not money. This all arguments and everything, my frustration is not money.
But why don't you say that
Not
I'm
money.
afraid you're gonna kill yourself? That's why I'm
Because I fear. Not for money. Because I fear. Because you are not taking the responsibility.
And what do? After all my dad's talk about safety and all this talk about driving, I go racing. But before I could do that, I had to call both Mike and Steve over. Mike so I could swap rims, See, you can't race with big, heavy rims that are only for show.
Yeah, but why do you think everybody takes off the rims in the front?
Yeah,
It's not
but
just
I
one
didn't think
person.
that much, man.
It does, man. I'm telling you.
Maybe it's just though. I think it's just those rims.
Even my
They look
weight
like
car.
big, heavy rims.
1 second is huge difference, man.
Huge,
That's like
man.
fucking almost 10 cars.
Yeah.
But it's not just the weight, it's the ratio, it's everything.
Yeah, but I heard the ratio
Everything.
makes like almost no difference.
And I had to call Steve over, well, because we just didn't have enough jacks.
No, because the jacks are really designed to operate that low.
When I get tired, it's easier.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fuck, Steve, drive me home, man. I'm getting my fucking jack. Give me the phone. This is fucking bullshit. It's giving me a headache, man.
Which should take only a few minutes and one jack on any normal car. Took us over an hour, and an actual system of 3 jacks. The cars were just too damn low.
Jack it down, jack this one up to support your car and use your jack on here.
See, what if you use 2 jacks on both hooks on the front? What do you want to do?
Yeah, that's okay, that's better.
Okay, watch. Assemble that jack on that little toe hook in the front here.
Holy, how many jacks are there?
There's many jacks. Toe hooks.
Wait.
As many jacks as you want.
This is Jacksonville.
I know. Where's the Henrys?
Jacksonville.
Okay, let's move the cars. How low On's back is, man. Look how low that is. My car's not
You
even...
can't drive it like that, right?
No, it's too fun.
Because with the rim it makes it higher, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know how his wheels almost touch the rim and mine have more gap? That's such a bullshit. Look at my rim.
He's a pure butcher, right?
Go a little faster now.
Okay.
Slow down.
You wanna go lower or no?
Yeah, then go. Oh, don't fucking tell me to do this shit. Holy fuck.
Yep.
I gotta raise this one a bit. No, tighten it. I know what to do, Steve. I'll just raise this one.
Yeah, that's alright.
Come on, what's happening?
No, man, this is not working.
Jack going up with it. Is the jack released all the way down?
The jack's bounced.
Yeah, man, look.
Oh my
Steve, hey, I gotta get the momentum with you like this.
Yeah, up and down.
Okay, go slow.
No, you don't know what's happening. Your jack is moving with you.
I know, you gotta hold the button. Okay, Steve, let's go. Momentum.
Oh, this is jokes.
Go.
Go.
Hold on.
Ah, fuck, you guys heavy, man. Oh, hold on, man. Hold that fucking thing up. This slides, man. Steve, come here. Help me lift the front up. That's it.
You do it again.
Do the bumper. We're gonna lift the bumper.
We're
Right in the
gonna
middle.
fucking fly into my car.
Ready? Go. Fuck. See, but if I raise that one more. E, look. That's from lowering cars.
Yeah, I know. You know.
Mine's already leaking.
You know how the axle's supposed to sit like this?
Yeah. Or
Mine's like this.
But how do we get rid of that?
You can't.
No?
Because the car's lowered.
But that's why mine leaks grease, eh?
That's hard on those shafts, eh? That shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
how do they
that's all
do
it-
that? With the drop forks?
What's that?
Lower it to the extreme with like coilovers. Coilovers will make them bend, right?
Oh yeah, they bend. It'll bend. Like,
With coilovers.
oh yeah.
So how do you get rid of
Doesn't
that?
matter. You can't do it.
Oh, fuck.
It doesn't matter. Like.
I can't leave this jack's not getting on, man. That's fucking crazy. Come on, 6 seconds, man. What? It's the handle.
Yeah.
How'd that hook go?
Some of it too.
Yeah. Now tighten out it. Watch, it's gonna crush them. Watch out. On an angle, man.
Hey, easy on.
Slow down.
Once that was finally all done, we grabbed our 94 octane gas and headed down for another night at the races. That was a pretty good night. I beat another black Integra and made a couple of bucks.
Nice! Aunt fucking did it up.
Sure, I felt guilty after my dad just lectured me for about an hour. But what could I do? Later that night, we found out just how fast the Integra was running.
Fucking go, man. I want all your bolt-ons.
Yeah.
Fuck.
slammed. Look at that fucking thing.
See, in this game, all that matters is the quarter mile. No one gives a shit about 0 to 60, braking distance, lateral grip, all that bullshit. When someone asks you what your car is running, all they want to know is how long it takes to get to the quarter mile.
That thing fucking boots, man.
After consistent low 15-second runs, Mike hit a 14.9 and my car had finally broken into the 14s.
Fuck no.
1493.
14.9. Let me see that time.
At 98.2, and I had a shit launch. You saw the launch, man. Because I'm not used to the power of the car.
I'll be the first to admit, high 14s are not that impressive in the import world. But for only having basic bolt-on performance, I was surprised at how fast this car had become. And the only thing I could think of was, how can I go faster? Even I soon realized things were getting out of control. For one, it was getting too expensive. After replacing a set of 40 series tires and 2 cracked rims that were barely 3 months old, I was out over $2,000.
The cost of gas, plus insurance, plus speeding tickets, plus increased insurance due to speeding tickets, was just crippling me financially.
And the biggest thing that was getting out of control was myself. Racing was becoming more and more of an everyday thing.
Low 15. Low 15.
Pretty good, though.
What was
15.6.
15.6?
Beat Nelson.
What was Nelson running? 15.6.
Yeah, but you know what? You gotta do 2 more runs, though.
Yeah.
You can't do it like
He
that.
came back,
I
man.
know. Look at your miles an hour. But you know what? You'll do a better time than that. You know what?
And it wasn't necessarily organized street racing, but the other kind. True street races where you might pull alongside somebody in the middle of the afternoon and just start ripping it up. Or even worse, finding somebody who wants to play while you're on the expressway during busy daylight hours. Or under the cover of dark, racing through the city at speeds that may be well over 200 kilometers an hour. I mean, these are situations where you are absolutely gambling with your life. The slightest error and you're dead. And that's exactly what happened. On Monday, January 17th, 2000, at approximately 10:45 p.m., our friend Jacob Mizinski was pronounced dead on arrival. Jacob was a good friend who we all knew. He and the driver of another Honda Civic were racing along a busy Derry Road West for about 2 kilometers, heading towards Mississauga Road. As both vehicles entered the intersection, police say Jacob lost control of the car, left the road, and slammed into a concrete standard at 140 kilometers an hour, causing the standard to collapse and land on the car. He was only 21.
I had heard of other deaths related to street racing, but I never knew any of them as well as I knew Jacob.
Like, obviously it hurts me, right? And it hurt the people close to him, but like, he used to love racing, and that was his whole thing, and he used to love his car. And I know in my heart, like, if you would have asked him, like, before he passed away, like, okay, you know, you could pick your fate. How do you want to go out? I know he would have wanted to go out, like, just the way he did, because he used to love it, right? Even before he got his Civic, he used to have a van, and he used to race people in his van. He used to come by my house, yo, John, I was racing this guy. Like, he loved it, right? And then, like, a wise man once said, there's nothing tragic about dying doing what you love, right? But, like, on an overall view, I think, like, if you're gonna race, right, you gotta realize things can go wrong, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's, like, immortal, right? And then if you're willing to take that risk, then, you know, then that's your thing, right? But if you're not willing to take that risk, then you shouldn't be out there to begin with.
Oh yeah, every time you race, every time you go fast in your car, you should be scared, you should feel fear. Your brain should be going 100 miles a minute, your heart should be pounding, your adrenaline should be running through you. Because if it's not, if you don't feel fear, there's something wrong with you. And that's what's gonna get you killed, when you're not scared. Any good racer will tell you that.
Last summer, 2 people died. I know. In drag racing in Mississauga.
Yeah, I read that.
This year, January, Jacob already.
Yeah, I know.
It's only January, man. It's winter time.
Steve was saying, he's like, yeah, the races for the summer are already over before they even started.
No, because of this, it's happening. Yeah. No, but I told Steve, like, there's no thing that people go through. A few months from now, everybody's on the gas again. Telling you, that's the way it works. Nobody learns a lesson.
Yeah.
You will not learn a lesson until you die. I'm telling you.
At the funeral, Jacob's father had arranged for a trailer to lead everyone to the burial. On top of the trailer was the same make and model of the car Jacob was killed in. I remember thinking at the time that this could have happened to any of us. I could easily have been at any of my friends' funerals. Or perhaps they could have been at mine. And that was it.
For me, things started to change after that. But I knew for some of my friends, they would never stop.
I don't think they ever will.
Never.
But I'm too old, and my body won't do it anymore.
Well, okay, I have done 230 after that, just on a highway that I know for sure that it's straight. I was going about 228, 230, and I hit a bump. You know when you hit a bridge and you hit that little bump? And my car flew a little bit out of control, and it's not really fun to lose control at going 230. Like, you will die if you lose control of the car. And that was one experience I had that I'll never forget.
My life bears almost no similarity to those years that I was obsessed with racing. Now I drive a Mazda, an 88 hatchback. It's rusted, the windshield is cracked. It has only 4 gears, maybe 70 horsepower in the engine. It rides on 13-inch wheels, and I don't care. I worry about things like fuel economy, obeying the speed limit. The only thing I use my car for now is transportation, point A to B.